You know what I think is interesting about Gary, and you're saying you feel slapped in the face?
Uh-huh.
His communication style, I feel, is very much like mine personally. But I never feel like I'm yelling. The feedback I get is that I'm assertive and that I often do things very quickly, but that leads people to feel like I don't value my time with them, because I'll walk into a meeting or I'll walk into something, make a quick decision. I want it to take as little time as possible, and then I will leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely have a strong personality with a deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
But I almost always feel like I talk second. Which is why I feel like it's very interesting that you feel like you get yelled at.
So I see similarities in your conversation styles and I see differences. But the truth of that is unclear. Like, I talk to you all the time. So I know your communication style. Gary V, the only thing I know about him is what's posted on Instagram.
Right.
So his communication style is completely lost to me. They're cutting and editing and pasting, and you can tell even in one clip that it's been cut a couple times and other things have been inserted in. So, you know, that one paragraph that he says has been cut 3 times. And all of the really aggressive parts have been kind of combined together.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's responding to a question, generally.
Yeah.
So it's really, really hard to tell what he's like in real life. I mean, there's no way to know. I mean, even if you sit across the boardroom table from him, you're not going to really know what he's like.
Right.
Just like I don't really know what you're like, and you don't really know what I'm like. You know, we live in our heads. We hardly know ourselves, let alone somebody else.
Right. We learn something new about ourselves every day.
Yes, exactly. I mean, we make assumptions about people. We think we know people. We know how they have behaved in the past. And from that, we have expectations about how they're going to behave in the future. But that's not who they are. There's a great meditation that's all about that. Who are you? A Buddhist meditation. It's a series of questions that you ask yourself, you know. Am I my thoughts? Am I my beliefs? Am I my finger? Am I, okay, if I'm my body, what happens if I lose my finger? You know, what happens if you lose? So you ask yourself all these questions about who am I? What am I? It's a fascinating exercise to go through.
We'll add that to the pod.
What's that?
We'll add that to the podcast.
Oh yeah, that who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be hard for some people because it does, you know, cause you to question reality. Like if you're not any of these things, then really, what are you? Oh, I don't have the answer.
Thanks again for joining us today. If you'd like to connect with us on social media, you can find Annamarie at Mindfully Annamarie. You can find myself at Emily VDW, and you can find Evan at _Evan Ryan. We'll talk to you next week.